Today's episode shows the draft to completion process of this outfit. Please stay tuned. Add 1.5 inches seam allowance to the side, then add 0.5 inch on every other area. Go ahead to cut out. Check the link in the description box for the drafting process. For the back pattern, 1.5 inches seam allowance on the side seam and 0.5 inch on other areas. For the skirt pattern, add 0.5 inch at the center back, 1.5 inches at the side, 1.5 inches at the hem, and 0.5 inch at the waist. Go ahead to cut out. Separate the center back line, notch the waist. For the front, curve the waist by 0.5 inch, then add 0.5 inch seam allowance, 1.5 inches at the hem and 1.5 inches also at the side. Place the fabric on fold to cut out the sleeve. Add 1 inch at the side, 0.5 inch at the top and 1 inch at the hem. Go ahead to cut out. Joining the lining first, place the pieces in the right order. Place right sides together, sew by 0.5 inch. Open flat the seam and top stitch on the seam allowance. Repeat same process on the other pieces of the lining. Place the back piece of the lining right sides together and sew by 0.5 inch. Open flat the seams by ironing or top stitching. Here is the main fabric of the front piece and here is the back piece. Join the center back by 0.5 inch. Lay on the right side of the front piece, sew by 1 inch seam allowance. Join the front piece on the other side. Join the shoulders by half an inch. Here is the joined shoulder and how the collar will be attached. Join the shoulder by 0.5 inch also. Arrange the jacket in position. Join the collar at the center back, right sides together by 0.5 inch. See here the gap between the collar and the back neckline. Place right sides together. Sew starting from the shoulder stitch end point across the neckline to the other shoulder by half an inch. The collar has been attached. Right sides. Rolling the collar here to show why this area has to be lined with the main fabric. Notch along the joining seam of the collar. Lay right side of the jacket on the lining. Match up the center of the collar. The lining is shorter than the main fabric. Match them up to finish the hem. Bend in the side seam allowance as shown, then pin in place. With a hemming gum, sew by 0.5 inch. Take out the pins. Open flat to see no fabric is left out of the seam line. Starting from the center back, match up the fabric's edge. You will notice the main fabric is longer at the hem. Sew by 0.5 inch with a hemming gum. From the center back again, sew the other side by 0.5 inch. From the armhole, turn the jacket inside out. Arrange it in position. It is time to attach the sleeves. The lining is also shorter than the main fabric. Sew the hem by 0.5 inch. Flatten out the lining and the fabric. Place it on fold. Then sew the side by 1 inch from the lining to the main fabric. Turn inside out. Here is the right side and see the wrong side. Match up the side seam of the sleeve with the armhole. Bend in the seam allowances first. Go in from the vacant armhole to bring out the sleeve. Then sew round by 0.5 inch. Turn to the right side. Next, attach the sleeves lining. Right sides together. Go in from the sleeveless armhole. Then pull out the lining. Sew round by 0.5 inch. Kindly check the link in the description box for more details on the sleeves attachment. One sleeve has been set in, then attach the sleeve on the other armhole. The fox pocket has been fixed on one side. Measure the pocket length as 5 inches and the width as 3 inches. Cut the lining same way. Sew one longer side and the shorter side with a hemming gum by 0.5 inch. Snip the corners and turn inside out. Then overlock the open side. From the center front, come in by 2.5 inches. Then from the hem by 5 inches. Sew the pocket on as shown. Flip downwards and top stitch. From the shoulder, the pocket start point is 7 inches. Place your preferred badge on the collar and top stitch round it. Add gold buttons for more details. We move on to the skirt part. Here is the front skirt, then the back piece. Lay the back on the front. At the sides, sew by 1 inch seam allowance. Place the other back piece and repeat same process. Open flat the joined skirt. Place the already joined lining over it, right sides facing. See the lining here is shorter than the main fabric. Match up the hems and with a hemming gum, sew by 0.5 inch. Bend in the side seam allowances as you sew along. Flip the skirt back in position to see how it looks. Next, place the main fabric on fold as well as the lining as shown. Sew the center back by 0.5 inch from the waist of the main fabric to the waist of the lining fabric. Turn inside out. The waist measurement on the skirt is 10 inches. Cut out the band. The width is 4 inches. Place on fold and sew by 0.5 inch. Come in with the skirt. Bend in side allowances. Top stitch the lining and main fabric together at the waist area to keep it in place. Attach the band, sewing from the wrong side by 0.5 inch. Turn inside out. Bend in 0.5 inch seam allowance. Top stitch on the right side. A 2-finger sized opening is left here to pass in a 15 inches elastic length. Close the ends of the elastic. Top stitch the space closed. Top stitch the elastic at the middle, stretching the waistband while you sew along. The skirt is ready. Attach buttons also for styling. The buttons are 5 inches apart horizontally and 3 inches vertically. This project is complete. Thank you for watching. See you in my next one. Bye.